Hello, what culture? It's me, Simon Miller, and it's Tuesday morning, or whichever day you choose to watch this. And that means only one thing to do, and that's to go through the episode that is known as Monday Night Raw. And we give the good bits an up, and we give the bad bits a down. However, a bit of housekeeping before we begin. This Monday, the 28th of May, live in Sheffield for Defiant Wrestling, I'm coming back to make my second ever pro wrestling appearance, and I'll be teaming up with Prince Amin to take on Gabriel Kidd and that damn Drake. So if you are in the Sheffield area or you want to watch it on Access Defiant, just head on over to wearedefiant.com. And yeah, this is a cheap plug at the start of Ups and Downs for Raw. I'm just pumped, I'm excited, let's get on with this, and right now, let's up some downs. Oh my gosh, the start to Raw. Now, as we all know, I'm a positive person, and even when I'm frowning on the outside, I'm smiling on the inside. However, if I put my critic hat on and I talk about the beginning of Raw, down. Just a down. It began as ever with Kurt Angle coming out to announce some stuff, but before he could do that, Stephanie McMahon made her triumphant return to TV, and this would have been fine if anything had changed, but that wasn't the case, and it was just hashtag let's bury some people. This started with her burying Angle by saying, "You're a rubbish GM," and then she went on to say, one of the reasons for this is because you give Roman Reigns too much leeway. That's not true at all. That is not true in any sense of the word. And then she also told us we're going to have a Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey contract signing later, and she's going to preside over the thing, even though literally minutes earlier, Kurt Angle said he was going to do it. Screw you, Kurt. The boss is backing down. This triggered Reigns to appear, and of course he came out to booze. And basically, him and Stephanie McMahon then just got into a big back and forth, and they got in each other's faces. Roman said that he keeps getting screwed, and Stephanie McMahon says that he needs to watch himself, or maybe he'll get fired. The big dog then brought up Brock Lesnar, because of course he did, and he tried to tell us that he thought he hadn't had a fair crack of the whip when it came to the Universal Champion. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What world do you live in? I saw WrestleMania 34. You got beaten up. You're a chump. Then there was a jab about it being Jinder Mahal's fault, but as Roman said, he took care of that last week. And then Kevin Owens appeared. And if you're thinking to yourself, there's a lot of plot holes here, it's because there are. KO did cut a really good promo here as he bigged up the Money in the Bank match, which he is going to be in. And he even said to Steph, "Look, Steph, I know you're impartial because you hired me back onto Raw, even after everything I did with your dad." Unfortunately, he then rested his arm on her shoulder, and it was time to bury Kevin Owens. She went absolutely crazy at him, and as punishment, put him in a match with Roman Reigns. Yeah. So that was next, Owens versus Reigns. But you know what? It's getting up. People forget that these two have great chemistry, and right here they did have a good match, even if it did get interrupted halfway through by Jinder Mahal, who ran out to beat the crap out of Roman Reigns, meaning Kevin Owens got DQ'd, and technically, Roman Reigns won. However, the two heels then were beating up on I'm going to call him a baby face. He's not really, just that guy, the guy with the long hair, Roman Reigns. And then Seth Rollins appeared to make the save. And then we got an out-of-nowhere tag match. And you know what? Get it up too. Once again, it was just a solid tag team bout as Rollins, Reigns, and Owens all did their thing. And Jinder Mahal held his own too, but eventually, unfortunately, Kevin Owens did get pinned because he got slammed with the curb stop for the 1, 2, 3. That was a bit weird. Why is Owens losing? But hopefully, it means maybe, just maybe, he's going to win at Money in the Bank. He's going to get the briefcase, which means before then, we can job him out. That's what WWE does. Afterwards, Mahal did go absolutely crazy on Roman and Rollins with a chair. You know what? He got some decent heat here, so let's give Jinder his due, and let's give Jinder an up. And also, it was confirmed at Money in the Bank, we are indeed getting Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal. That is going to be very interesting. And then it happened. Even if I live to the grand old age of 672 years old, I will never, ever be able to explain what happened in this segment. Down. It was, of course, the Sami Zayn and Bobby Lashley bit where Zayn did indeed kinda live up to his promise from 7 days ago, and he brought out Bobby Lashley's sisters, who were actually men dressed up as women, and then they all just made some really awkward and difficult quips, and I sat there and thought to myself, ha ha ha, I want to die. Eventually Bobby came out and he was all smiles as he too zinged out some terrible lines, but then he got upset, he lost his smile a la Shawn Michaels, and he just beat the crap out of everybody. And that was it. That's what this was, and I don't want to say it was one of the worst segments of Raw in years, because I like both Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn. Let's face it, it was. It was one of the worst segments we've seen in ages, and actually, you should all go and watch it to try and tell me what this was. I still don't know, and I watched it twice, like a moron. I am going to give it up to Alexa Bliss versus Ember Moon though. I got a kick out of it. It started with a good promo by Alexa Bliss, who did compare her losing to Ember Moon post-WrestleMania in a tag match, you can remember that, and I do, don't really, but they reminded me here, to the Romans getting their asses whooped in 410 AD, and that lightning wouldn't strike twice, and then she went to the ring, and she lost to Ember Moon. There was some nonsense involved too, as Mickie James ran into the ring, but she got caught by the ref and ejected, and then bam! We hit the Eclipse, Moon won. I actually think I'd like her to win Money in the Bank too. I like Ember Moon. And it's another down for so many reasons. Firstly, because we cut to Kurt Angle's office, which had now been taken over by Stephanie, as she told us that the GM had been kicked out. Great! Then Braun Strowman and Finn Balor walked in. Finn wanted a rematch against Dolph and Drew after they lost to them last week, and Stephanie said, no, you're not going to get a rematch, you're not even a real team. Meaning more fool you if you bought into that last week, and then suggested they should fight each other because really it was Braun that cost Finn the match. That caused Strowman to crush an apple because apparently he likes competition, and I guess he starts with fruit, and throughout all of this, Balor looked like he was about to die from fear. You tell me. You tell me. Baron Corbin then pinned No Way Jose clean after the end of the days. Why do we call up No Way Jose again? Because I can't remember. Down. I hate doing this because it makes me sad inside, but what followed with Kurt hanging out in the hallway because indeed he had been ousted by Stephanie, well, it's getting it down, isn't it? This got even weirder because during all of this, Angle bumped into Chad Gable and he told him, look, Chad, I wanted to put you in a Money in the Bank qualifying match, but I wasn't allowed. Management wouldn't let me. Well, if that's true, why was Kurt allowed to make huge WrestleMania matches between himself and Ronda Rousey, taking on Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, who are super duper powerful? Oh, I'm not supposed to remember that in my WWE. I'm just some wrestling nerd. Well, I am, but I do remember. Eventually, Ziggler and Drew turned up, and you can throw an up in there because I love that team. They've really grew on me, and they did what bad guys do. Dolph ran down Chad for a bit, and then Angle said, hey, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a match between Dolph Ziggler and Chad Gable. So all of a sudden, he's got power again. What the hell is going on? Then the B team beat Breezango, and I absolutely love them. I don't even care. I love the B team getting up. They did that ridiculous thing by drawing their own merchandise before their match, and when Axel pinned Fandango, they both went crazy as if they'd won the Olympics. Admittedly, this only went about a minute, but I've always thought there was something there with Dallas and Axel, but WWE never do anything with them, and now they are. So please, WWE, carry on. There is something here. I can feel it in my bones. We then had the contract signing between Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey, and to be honest with you, if Stephanie McMahon had just returned here for this bit, this would have worked out okay, because I thought it was actually decent. So it's getting an up. However, a lot of it wasn't that good, so it's also getting a down. What do you want from me? Stephanie McMahon probably did talk a little bit too much here, to be honest, but the basic promise was to remind us that even though Ronda Rousey is going after the women's title so soon after debuting, she didn't ask for this, and it was Nia Jax challenging her. Then there was a weird line from Steph, who said, and don't forget Ronda, this isn't the UFC, we don't have weight divisions. But you do, it's called 205 Live. Then in almost the same breath after she'd insulted Ronda, Steph also then turned to Nia Jax, and she ran her down too by saying, and why did it take you so long to beat Alexa Bliss? You're 3 times her size. Maybe it's because you're lazy. Then Ronda and Nia threw some words at each other, signed the contract before, of course, Ronda flipped over the table, because we always have to do that. And throughout, Stephanie McMahon looked like she was about to implode with glee. I'm going to guess this ends with some kind of Nia Jax, Stephanie McMahon pairing, unless WWE go crazy and turn Ronda Rousey heel. And that could work. Nia Jax, Stephanie McMahon, yeah. But as a segment, all of this, when you take a step back and look at it, I'm not gonna lie, it's bonkers. Yeah, I'm gonna give it up to Dolph Ziggler versus Chad Gable though, because they had a very good match in less than 5 minutes, and I like both of them. Ziggler won with a cradle out of nowhere, then Drew McIntyre booted him in the face once it was all over. Fine by me. Natalya then tapped out Sarah Logan in a match that also featured Liv Morgan and Dana Brooke. She cut a promo afterwards saying she's now going to Money in the Bank. She's going to win the briefcase, and hopefully by that point, Ronda Rousey will be the champ. They love each other, they can have a match. Whoop-de-doo. Up. And it's roller coaster time next, so strap yourself in. Started with Elias coming out, doing his usual stick, but he was even better than usual here as he said the reason the WWE stock has increased is because he's doing so damn well on Raw. Get it up. Then it turned out we were getting Bobby Roode versus Elias again, and I have absolutely no idea why, especially because Elias just won with the drift away. What is this? What is the point? What are we trying to get to here? Down. And it's another down because while I could have justified it if this was some sort of, hey, let's try and push Elias a bit, before he even got backstage, Braun Strowman ran out of the top of the aisle and just plowed him over. So that was him back in the gutter. I think my brain exploded at this point because I was so confused as to so many things that happened on Raw. While they were entertaining within themselves, when you remember what we've had, I was just like, I don't know, why do I eat? What am I even doing? Who am I anymore? Who are you? What's this? Where's my hair gone? Ugh. I am going to give it up to Braun versus Finn though, as I thought they had a very good big man versus not big man main event. So yeah. Up. It went around 10 minutes and they did all the spots you'd expect before Braun Strowman did indeed pin Finn Balor after 2 running power slams. What this means for Finn, I don't know. But as an end to Raw, taking 2 guys that I like and putting them in a showcase place, yeah, it was good. It was decent. Happy days. However, this was a very strange 3 hours to the point I had to make notes and draw a diagram to get all the pieces to fit together. But maybe I like that. I like treasure hunting. This was like one big treasure hunt, but Nicolas Cage was nowhere to be seen. And yes, that is a very vague and niche reference to the Disney movie National Treasure. Not really appropriate. Now, don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you thought about last night's episode of Raw. Like, share, and subscribe. Head over to WhatCulture.com where you can read more articles about Raw, and you can follow WhatCulture on Twitter at WhatCulture WWE. I'm hanging around there too. Everyone's hanging around there. Everyone loves social media. My name is Simon Miller. You've been watching WhatCulture's ups and downs for Raw, and you're going to see me again soon, and I'm going to see you too through the magic of the internet.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe below, and if you're looking for more content like this, then try a few things that are floating about around my ears. It might be fun. I can't promise it though, but it might be.